Iskai. Welcome back to the AI-powered entrepreneur. I'm Dr. Kim, and if you've been following along, you know we've been deep in the world of digital twins, AI agents, and what it really means to scale yourself digitally, not just physically. In our last episode, Cloning Yourself with AI, we broke down how agentive AI can be used to duplicate your physical presence, your voice, your delivery, and your expertise to close deals, teach content, and onboard clients without you physically being present. We talked about how tools like HeyGen, ElevenLabs, and ChatGPT can power your digital twin to serve as a virtual sales rep, content educator, or onboarding assistant 24/7. We also touched on the psychology of visibility, how letting go of being the bottleneck can free up both your time and your energy. So if you missed it, go back and listen to that one after this, because it laid the foundation for what we're diving into today. Buckle up, this episode is going to be a long one. Not only will we talk about using AI to create your podcast, we're going to give you a roadmap, step-by-step instructions and tools to get this done. Nova, you ready for this?
Oh, I've been ready. And listen, if you thought digital twins were wild, buckle up. Today we're talking about running a whole podcast, start to finish, without ever stepping in front of a mic. I'm serious. No lipstick, no ring light, no test 1 2 1 2. It's just you, your message, and some AI tools that make it all happen while you're living your best life. But let me paint the picture. Imagine this. It's a Tuesday morning. You're on the beach, or at brunch, or maybe just chilling in your robe getting your life together. Meanwhile, your podcast episode is being planned, scripted, recorded, voiced, edited, published, and even promoted without you doing a thing in real time. Wild, right? It's not just hands-free podcasting. It's mindshare liberation. It's reclaiming your energy, your bandwidth, your time, and still showing up for your audience in a way that's smart, strategic, and sustainable. Sound like magic? It kinda is. Let's go. Be honest. How many of y'all got start a podcast chilling on your vision board, or buried in your notes app, or scribbled in the margins of your planner? And yet it's just been sitting there. I know it. 'Cause that was me too. I kept telling myself, I'll do it when I get the right mic. When I finally take that vocal course, when I lose 10 pounds, when I sound more polished. Let's call it what it is. Creative avoidance dressed up as preparation. We tell ourselves we need better gear, a soundproof studio, or a brand photo shoot before we start. But most of the time, we're just afraid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of hearing our own voice. Afraid of putting our ideas out there and hearing crickets. So we delay. We tinker with cover art. We download planning templates. We research for weeks, but we don't publish. But here's what that really means. I was stuck. Stuck in perfectionism. Stuck in procrastination. And every day I waited, somebody else was out there publishing, building visibility, creating impact, and building trust with their audience. Meanwhile, I was still in draft mode. And the truth? Most people don't quit because they lack passion. They quit because the process feels overwhelming. Statistically, 90% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3. Not because the hosts aren't talented, but because the tech, the editing, the pressure to be on all the time, it's a lot.
I mean, I used to overthink every little thing, especially anything that involved my voice. I'd write scripts, then rewrite them, then decide I hated the sound of my own voice. I'd re-record a 5-minute intro 7 times, trying to get the tone just right. And don't get me started on editing. I spent so many nights wrestling with GarageBand and YouTube tutorials. It's exhausting. But here's the thing. While I was tweaking transitions and doubting my delivery, someone else with half the knowledge and twice the nerve was out there dropping weekly episodes, building community, and monetizing their message. That's the real cost. Not the time or money, it's the momentum. It's the missed connection with the people who needed to hear your voice. And now, we've got tools that let you skip all that noise and still deliver impact. No excuses left. I'm about to say something that might make a few traditionalists clutch their mics. You don't need to speak a single word to host a powerful, professional, binge-worthy podcast. Yeah, I said it. The whole idea that you need to be camera-ready, mic'd up, and sweating under ring lights? That's hustle culture mythology, a gatekeeping lie. We're not in the radio age anymore. We're in the AI era. You can launch, grow, and scale a full podcast brand without ever stepping behind the mic. No studio, no retakes, no vocal training, and no 3 a.m. editing rabbit holes. In fact, this very podcast you're listening to, it's 90% AI powered. Every thought, every concept, every word you're hearing, those are mine. But I'm not in front of a mic right now. I'm probably sipping a ginger tea or mapping out my next offer on a rooftop in Playa del Carmen. My AI systems are doing the rest. Voicing my script, assigning lines to Nova, editing, optimizing sound quality, publishing it to all platforms, and even creating audiograms and captions. It's not cheating. It's evolution. It's ownership of your message without sacrificing your peace. Nova, break it down for the skeptics one time.
I know some folks are like, wait, that's cheating. But no, it's working smarter, not harder. Think about it like this. Hiring a chef to cook your grandma's recipe doesn't take away the flavor or the soul. It just saves you from sweating in the kitchen. And for my introverts, my shy girls, I just got off a 12-hour shift and don't have one more ounce to give folks, this is your permission slip. You don't need to perform to be powerful. You don't need to speak to be heard. And let's talk numbers. More than 30% of creators experience content fatigue, burnout from the constant pressure to show up, speak up, and stay visible. But what if your message could show up for you? What if your podcast could go live while you're on vacation, taking care of your family, or just resting? That's the real flex. This is about sustainability, about creating content in a way that honors your life, your boundaries, and your energy. AI makes that possible. You're still the visionary, the voice, the author. You're just building systems that let your genius scale, even when you're offline.
Let's take a quick break so I can tell you about our upcoming workshop. I'm genuinely excited because this workshop is about to change the podcasting game, especially for those of y'all who've had launch a podcast on your vision board since 2020, but haven't found the time, energy, or tech confidence to make it happen. It's called Ghost in the Microphone, podcasting without getting on the mic. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. This ain't your typical podcast boot camp. In just 2 days, I'm going to show you how to launch a full-on professional level podcast using agentive AI, which means no voice recording, no fancy microphone, no endless editing sessions. And since I'm all about action, here's what you'll create in this workshop. 5 complete podcast episodes, written, voiced, edited, and ready to publish. Your custom AI voice trained and ready to use across platforms, professionally curated intro, outro music that fits your vibe, show flow templates to make production easy and repeatable, eye-catching cover art and social media promo clips, and a repeatable system that lets you create new episodes without burnout.
I have to interrupt here because that's what's up. But there's even more if you upgrade to VIP. It gets even deeper. Tell them what VIP gives you, Dr. Kim.
You'll get a private implementation session with me to walk you through the entire tech stack. We'll teach you how to automate the entire publishing process, from creation to syndication. You'll build your own hands-free workflow so your podcast can drop episodes even while you're sleeping or traveling. You'll learn how to strategically market your business inside your podcast, which means passive lead generation. And you'll unlock exclusive access to my Faceless Boss automation templates, the same ones I use to run my content machine. This is more than a podcast course. It's a visibility revolution, a lifestyle shift. It's about scaling your voice and message without sacrificing your energy, confidence, or time. So if you're ready to stop overthinking and finally launch the podcast you've been dreaming about, head to facelessboss.co/ghost or check the show notes to register. That's Ghost in the Microphone, podcasting without getting on the mic. I'll see you inside.
All right, let's break this concept down. Agentive AI. What is that, Dr. Kim? Because people hear AI and think, oh, it's just a robot that answers questions. But this is different. Different, right?
It really is. This ain't your average ask it a question, get an answer situation. Agentive AI isn't just reactive, it's proactive. It doesn't sit around waiting for you to click something. It takes action on your behalf, based on your instructions, based on your goals. It's the digital equivalent of hiring a full team: content strategist, writer, editor, producer, voice talent, scheduler, and putting them on autopilot. This isn't about replacing you. It's about scaling you. Agentive AI works with you, learns your style, replicates your preferences, and then goes out and gets the job done without waiting for you to log back in. And that's a total paradigm shift. This isn't about convenience anymore. It's about capacity. It's about reclaiming your time, your peace, and your energy, while your content keeps working for you. So, real talk, what does this look like step by step? Let's walk this out, because I know some of y'all need to hear the whole process. Here's how it works. Start with your ideas. You don't need a polished script. You don't even need full sentences. You just drop your ideas, bullet points, messy voice notes, even a screenshot of something you liked, into a tool like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Manus. And boom, it drafts your podcast script in your voice, with your tone, reflecting your vibe. Bring your voice to life. Then we send that script to ElevenLabs or a similar or voice AI tool. You can train it to sound just like you, or choose from dozens of professional, polished voices. You don't have to speak a single word, and yet, it sounds like you did. Edit like a pro without being one. From there, tools like Adobe Podcast enhance, Descript, or Veed clean up the audio, smooth transitions, cut filler words, and even add background music or effects. The production quality? Chef's kiss, and it's all automated. Distribute everywhere automatically. You can then schedule your episode through platforms like Podbean, Buzzsprout, or even automate it through Zapier and Notion workflows. It'll go live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and even social media, with posts, captions, and audiograms already done. The full production process, from idea to in your earbuds, done in less than an hour. You didn't turn on a mic. You didn't open GarageBand. You didn't have to get camera ready.
Here's the wild part. You could be laying on a hammock in Belize, sipping a cocktail with a little umbrella in it, and your podcast is still dropping every week like clockwork. That's agentive AI in motion. That's a system you control without having to be in control 24/7. And for entrepreneurs like us, that's not just nice to have. That's a business survival strategy. That's how you show up consistently in the marketplace without showing up in burnout. So no, this isn't a shortcut. It's not cheating. It's innovation. It's liberation. It's the difference between always being in hustle mode and finally having your time, your voice, and your business in alignment. But let's get honest for a second. The tech is there. The tools are there. Hell, you've probably already signed up for half of them. So why isn't your podcast live yet? Let me guess. It's not the mic. It's not the script. It's not even the time. It's fear. Fear that you'll sound awkward. Fear that your voice doesn't carry authority. Fear that you'll fumble your words, say the wrong thing, or get 0 listeners. Or maybe it's shame, the kind that whispers, "Who do you think you are to have a podcast?" And let's not forget the overwhelm, trying to juggle mics and music and metadata and monetization before you've even recorded a single episode. Dr. Kim, you see this all the time, right?
All the time. It's one of the biggest silent killers of momentum, this lie that you have to be perfect before you start. Clients will spend weeks tinkering with cover art, trying to decide on the right format, binge-watching tutorials, filling notebooks with ideas, yet never hitting publish. That's not strategy. That's stalling dressed up as productivity. Most people are waiting for the right moment, But let me be clear, that moment does not exist. It's a myth. The calendar isn't going to clear itself. Your voice isn't going to magically change overnight. And Beyoncé's audio engineer is not showing up to your apartment. You don't need perfection. You need a process. You don't need more time. You need a system. And when you realize that you don't even have to be the one doing the talking, whew, that's the unlock. That's when people go from dreaming about visibility to owning it. If you're ready to move from I should start a podcast to new episode drops every Tuesday, here's how you make that happen. You need a smart, streamlined, AI-powered stack that gets out of your way and does the work with you, not against you. Start with your content engine. Use tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Manus to generate topics, draft outlines, or write entire scripts in your brand voice. Feed it your past content, blog posts, emails, whatever, and let it remix your genius into binge-worthy episodes. The next step is voice AI. You can use ElevenLabs, clone your voice, or use one of their professional voices to record your script. You don't have to say a word. Just upload the text and boom, instant audio that sounds like you spent hours in a studio. Then move to editing and production. Use Adobe Podcast, Enhance, Descript, or CapCut's new voice tools to clean up your audio, drop in music, and tighten it up. You can even set it up to automatically remove filler words, fix pacing, and balance levels. Post-production, handled. Finally, distribution and promotion. Automate the whole rollout using platforms like Podbean, Buzzsprout, or Riverside. Add Zapier workflows or Manus sequences to push to YouTube, Facebook, your blog, your email list, and even create audiograms or reels from the final episode.
I love that you gave a whole process. Here's something to remember, though, as you create your podcast empire. Don't get caught in tool overload. You don't need 17 apps, a full production team, or a $1,000 setup. Pick what works for you. Connect the dots. Build a system that runs with minimal input, but still delivers maximum presence. If you can order DoorDash, you can run an AI podcast. Let that sink in, because this is not about vanity metrics. It's about visibility with velocity. It's about creating a platform for your message that doesn't drain your energy, but fuels your brand. And when you finally let go of the pressure to perform and instead build a process that performs for you, that's when you go from invisible to undeniable. Now, I know somebody out there is thinking, but Nova, will it still sound like me? Or is it going to sound like some robot reading my diary out loud in a monotone? And look, I get it. Your voice is your brand, your tone, your rhythm, your little quirks. That's what makes you, you. It's your signature. But here's the gag. These tools, they're getting scary good. I mean, terrifying in a good way levels of accurate. You can train them on your real voice, not just how you sound, but how you speak. That includes your cadence, your slang, your pauses, your child please moments, your you know what I mean, filler phrases, everything. It learns you. And if your vibe changes day to day, cool. You can also pick from dozens of pro voices, warm, witty, edgy, elegant, whatever matches your mood or market. You're not giving up control. You're gaining creative direction. It's not about faking authenticity. It's about scaling it, amplifying it, making sure your voice shows up, even when your energy doesn't. All right, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm not a real person. Yep, you heard me. I'm what you'd call a persona, a digital sidekick that Dr. Kim dreamed up and designed to bring these podcast episodes to life. I've got an attitude, a voice, and yep, even an AI-generated avatar. And one of these days, you're going to see what I actually look like. Every pause I take, every side eye I serve, every sprinkle of slang you hear, that's all Dr. Kim. She didn't just build a brand, she birthed a whole character from scratch, using AI, a little creative magic, and that genius little pea head of hers. She gave me a backstory, a vibe, a mission, and now I get to roll with her, every episode, helping bring her message to the masses while she's out building empires and sipping ginger tea. Kinda cool, kinda creepy, but mostly kinda legendary. And as for Dr. Kim's voice, that's really what she sounds like. She recorded a sample of her actual voice, inflections, stammering, speech patterns, all of it, and trained an AI to replicate it. She even trained it to breathe. No, seriously. If you really listen, you can hear her inhale on these podcasts. Now she can use that highly trained voice clone anywhere, anytime, across podcasts, videos, trainings, you name it. She literally built a system that lets her show up without actually showing up. Now that's the future.
Exactly. And let me just say this for the people in the back. Sometimes the AI version of you is actually more consistent than the real you. No bad hair days. No, girl, I sound like a frog today. No, my allergies are wild and I've got 3 Zooms and no voice left. No wardrobe dilemmas. No lighting mishaps. No hours wasted re-recording because your energy dipped halfway through a sentence. And listen, consistency builds credibility. When your voice shows up the same way every time, strong, clear, and on brand, people begin to trust it. And trust is what grows your audience, your influence, and your income. Your message, it comes out clear, clean, and compelling every single time. And the beauty is you're not locked in. If one day you do feel like grabbing the mic and hopping in, you absolutely can. This ain't a replacement for your humanity. It's a support system for it. It's flexibility with fidelity. It's showing up as your best self, even on your worst days, because the system has your back. And let's be real, it's bigger than podcasting. This is about a shift in how we show up as leaders. You don't have to perform to be powerful. You don't have to put on lashes, fight imposter syndrome, or pretend to be an extrovert just to build a brand. Faceless podcasting is the next wave of authority building, especially for my introverts, my neurodivergent folks, my exhausted mamas, my consultants who are sick of being on camera 24/7. It's for the brilliant thinkers who've been quietly writing in journals, creating behind the scenes, strategizing in silence, thinking their message doesn't matter because they don't fit the influencer mold. This is for you. This is about creating presence without pressure. You can build visibility, grow an audience, and move people with your ideas, your framework, and your energy without draining your actual life force. That's not just innovation, that's liberation.
And don't forget, this is also about access and equity. Because let's tell the truth, not everyone feels safe or comfortable putting their voice, their face, or their full identity out there. Maybe they're still working a 9-to-5 and can't risk the exposure. Maybe they're dealing with social anxiety, cultural pressures, or trauma that makes public speaking feel like climbing a mountain in stilettos. Maybe they're navigating personal or political barriers that make visibility feel risky. But that doesn't mean they don't have something powerful to say. Agentive AI makes space for those voices too. It creates a lane where ideas can shine, even when the person behind them isn't camera ready. It levels the playing field. It gives a platform to the people who've been overlooked, underestimated, or just plain tired. That's what we're about. Making room, making waves, making freedom.
All right, so if you're sitting there like, okay, I'm in, but what's next? Let me tell you, next week we're diving into the age of intelligent action. We're talking about a new class of AI that doesn't just suggest, but executes. AI that takes action on your behalf. Booking calls, writing content, analyzing data, sending emails, even managing your funnels, while you sleep, sip matcha, or build your empire. This is where automation meets autonomy, and your systems start working like a real digital team. It's not sci-fi. It's now. And baby, we've got case studies, strategies, and some spicy surprises coming your way. And if you want to stop watching from the sidelines and start building, do not miss our Ghost in the Microphone workshop. We're walking you through how to set up your entire AI podcast production pipeline, step by step. No fluff, no filler, just results. You'll walk away with real assets. 5 episodes done and dusted. Your custom AI voice trained and ready. Branded audio assets and social clips. A repeatable system that runs even when you're offline. And VIPs. Y'all get the automation sauce that scales it hands-free. This is your sign to stop waiting for the right time and start owning your voice, faceless or not. Nova, thanks for your energy and input. Any parting words?
Always a pleasure, Dr. Kim. And to everyone listening, stop letting fear or fatigue hold your genius hostage. The future isn't just coming, it's waiting on you to show up. Let the tech work for you so you can work on what matters most. And if you want to go deeper, don't miss our upcoming Ghost in the Microphone workshop. But for now, thank you for joining us on the AI-Powered Entrepreneur.
Take care, y'all, and remember, visibility doesn't have to mean burnout. We'll catch you next time on the AI-Powered Entrepreneur. Stay bold, stay brilliant, and stay building.
Thanks for tuning in to the AI-Powered Entrepreneur. If today's episode got you thinking bigger, moving differently, or ready to build smarter, do me a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and most importantly, take action. Don't just learn about AI, build with it, scale with it. Join the free Facebook group, The Business of Artificial Intelligence, or get on our Mind Meld waitlist if you're ready to roll up your sleeves and finally automate the right way. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, stay sharp, stay strategic, and remember, you don't need another AI class. You need a digital prescription for growth. I'm Dr. Kim, the AI doctor. Now let's get to work.